My vocation story probably started when I was around 15 or 16. I would say before that, it was one of those things where I always thought priests were kind of cool. All the priests I knew were great guys, and they were a lot of fun to be around. But it was never really something I considered. So when I was about 15 or 16, I went to my first Quo Vadis days. And I'm not really sure how I found out about it. I think it was some of the other older guys in my parish who had gone to the years before, and they said I should go, so I had nothing else to do, and I figured it would be a lot of fun. So I went ahead and went, and it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't really a super moving experience for me. I didn't really feel a call to the priesthood. So the next summer I went again because I'd made a lot of friends there, and it was a nice break from the normal routine of our summer. And it was pretty much the same thing, And so I did that for about 2 or 3 years. And then the 4th year I was a senior in high school, and I was trying to figure out what the plan was for life, right? And so at that point, I had been going to college for about roughly a year at that point, and I had been working on a communication degree, and I had a plan for that. I was going to go and get a master's in architecture and finish all that up, and it'd be good, right? But I wasn't really at peace with that, and I kind of knew that on the inside, right? I hadn't really accepted it yet, but I knew that I really probably should think about this a little bit harder and seriously discern, because I had prayed a little bit about it, but I knew it wasn't enough. I knew I hadn't really put enough effort into it. As I registered for Quo Vadis and everything, and I thought, okay, so this year I'm going to do it differently. I'm not just going to go to have fun and hang out. I'm going to do that as well, but I'm going to go and I'm really going to pray and I'm really going to discern and see if this is something God is calling me to do. And so I did, and I came back from that summer and went through, that would be my last senior year in high school, right? And so I went through college, and I was like, okay, I went to that. Now I'm doing college, so I'm doing this college thing, so let's see how this works. And it was fun, and I was enjoying the subjects and everything, or the classes I was taking, but I wasn't really feeling at peace, right? So I got an email from Father Barone about January or so saying, hey, so I haven't talked to you much since Quo Vadis. We'd had a little bit of conversations before, like how was the Quo Vadis experience? Because I had met him the first year and kind of kept in touch, right? And so he was asking me, so how was the Quo Vadis experience, et cetera, and then it kind of just hadn't talked for a while. And so he emailed me, and he said, so I've been thinking a lot lately, and I think that you might have a call to the priesthood. And I was like, dang it. No, why? Because at this point I had pretty much decided, even though I had that kind of inkling that this wasn't really where I was supposed to be, I decided this was safe, this was good, this is what I should continue doing. Going to get my communications degree, going to get my master's, or I was just going to finish my communications degree and then try it again, right? And then I got that email, and I was like, oh no, I have to go try this out now, because he had invited me to come visit the seminary. And so I had a free weekend, and we scheduled a time. I had worked with whoever the guy was for that last year, and we scheduled a time, and I came down, and I just remember feeling this incredible sense of peace when I went through their day. It wasn't like this immediate thing where I walked into the seminary where it was like, right, this is where I'm supposed to be. It was just going through their day-to-day life, seeing the amount of the prayer and the study and the structure, and just the content was beautiful of what they were learning. And that was something I was missing where I was, right? I was going to a Protestant school, and they didn't really have any of the theology or philosophy or basically any of the stuff they have here. And I just kind of knew at that point, this is where God wants me to be, right? He may not be calling me to be a priest. I don't know that yet. It's still too early to know for sure. But he definitely wants me to be here. And so I went home, and I went back to school, and I kind of thought about it for a couple weeks. And then I remember I was driving my mom to go meet my dad somewhere, right? And we were sitting in the car, and she was talking about this. And I was kind of trying to give this like non-committal answer of how it was, because I didn't want to say, yes, I want to go, or no, I don't, because then I would probably eat my words later. So I was kind of trying to give this non-committal answer, and then I realized, this isn't really what I should really be saying. And so she said something, and I basically just responded, I'm like, Mom, I think this is where I'm supposed to be. I really do. I really think this is where I'm supposed to be. And she kind of looked at me, and she goes, yeah, I think you are. Because I've noticed you're not at peace with what you're doing. You're constantly upset with this, that, or the other thing. It's just not working for you. Yeah, that was kind of the final thing I needed. I kind of needed that okay from her, because my mom and I are really close, and I run through a lot of this stuff with her anyway. And so this is the next natural step for me to go, or the next natural step for me to take. And so after that, I gave Father Barone a call and asked basically what are the next steps. So he put me in contact with Father Gober, and I just started filling out the application process, and here I am. So.